Good evening, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are, all over this continent of Africa and in diaspora. My name is Bongi Tletness, and I'm with the lady who is so phenomenal, and her name is Lebo Leisa. She's a great woman, the woman of all talents that you can imagine, and the woman of substance. She has a lot on her plate, and she's also into movies, she's into writing. She's a director, producer. Maybe she'll tell us a bit more. Maybe all these things that I'm saying and her credentials are not enough. But you'll hear from her. And she's right here, Clipnot TV in Diaspora. And we are created to bring Africans together to also celebrate them and celebrate whatever they're achieving. She's one of them today. We are going to be celebrating her. How, Oslevu? Hi, Oslevu. How are you?
Dumelang, Dumelang. Hello, hello. Good evening. Good wherever you are, whether it's a morning, it's an evening, it's a good day to you. Molweni Sanbonani, good morning. I greet you in the name of Africa. Thank you so much for having me here
You
and
are
all the people of the
welcome.
world.
You are welcome. But you know what? First of all, what I normally do here is to just want to know more about yourself. Who is this woman by the name of Lebo Leisa? Who exactly is Lebo Leisa?
Man, I'm just a simple girl. Grew up in the city of Bloemfontein, but was actually born in Gauteng in Beggersdal in the late 1980s. Can't reveal my age.
Okay, I imagine.
In the late 80s, I was born there, and I'm a twin, by the way. But yeah, so I was born in Beggersdal, and we later moved to Bloemfontein with my parents. We stayed there. That's where I got my education. That's where I got my like the nurturing of my artistic talent. My networkings started being groomed there, and I started in those platforms that were created within the great heart of South Africa in Bloemfontein.
Wow, you are a phenomenal woman indeed. And there's a lot of the talent there. And obviously, now you're telling us where it all came from. But we're going to know now the content of it. We want to know the content of it. Like, how did it all start? What happened there?
Okay, so I joined a community group in I can't remember the years, but these traditional groups where we would be taught how to sing, how to dance, all those traditional groups. I think that's where I got it all. But then in 2005, I joined a company by the name of Creative Coalition, which was established in the old prison in Bloemfontein, one of the famous apartheid prison in the Free State called Ramkral Prison. So that organization was operating in that space where the managing director was really passionate about developing young people from school. In that organization, that's where we were taught how to act, how to read scripts, how to create a storytelling, how to, so that's where my artistic growth was established. And having to be part of that organization, I then decided that this that I have been taught, I need to spread it. In fact, I need to get more and learn more and start working with other people outside the spaces I'm in. That's when I met other authors, other directors, theatrically, other people who were from really formal institutions, where they were learning different types of the arts, and just working with them. I was then introduced to different styles of theater making, different styles of performance, whether it's poetry, whether it's dance. And then there was a lady I used to work with by the name of Togono Gabe. I used to be one of her backing vocalists and a dancer. And that's where my love for indigenous content started. I started meeting other people outside the space I was. So yeah, that's all I can say.
And in the name, I just saw that your other name is Topi. Why Topi? What
Uh,
happened for you to have that
So
name?
in 2012, I was invited to one of the initiatives happening in Bloemfontein at one of the known institutions called Parkovs. They were curating some poetic events. So they would call emerging poets and artists to come and share their talent and just to give them exposure. So I was there given this opportunity to share my poetry with the people. And, just being on that stage, I performed and I got a standing ovation within my first poetry. And when I left the stage, I was named top because of the title of one of the poems I recited in there. People loved it so much that I was called again to go back on stage to recite it. So that's how I was given the name of top. Wherever I recited, people would still say, please perform that poem, top. Please perform that poem. And I would just share it with the world. So that's how the name came about.
Wow. And then what inspired you exactly to start your own production? Because I believe you have your own production now. What inspired you to start it? What happened when you decided to start the production?
So I was in a space where, in Bloemfontein, I know a lot of people, when you speak of South Africa, they know Joburg, they think about Cape Town, your KZN. So Free State, it's considered one of the little demarcations there, mainly because there were not a lot of talent coming out. And there is talent in the Free
Yeah.
State. It's just that, yeah, the spaces were not big enough for us to can enter. So growing up, there were a lot of women, not a lot, there were few women who were practicing, but where I come from, you could only point out one or two to say this is a real female practitioner. So I then saw a loophole, and then I said, how about we create this production house that could be a hub in creating opportunities for women to showcase their artistic skills in any cultural form of expressions. So I saw a loophole that women are not being in the front space. And then I thought, let's create a space for women to direct, to produce, to write, just to be in the forefront and take leadership positions. So that's how the formation of the company came about. And we started working with various women and youth across the Free State province and the country at large.
And then what are you doing right now, like currently in your production? Are you busy with something or what's happening?
We are busy with three programs. Firstly, we're working with the Government Communication and Information System, where we are doing the Arabang Art Symposium. This is a symposium that intends to confront the scourge of GBV. We are working with that, and we are creating a theater piece that will be used to stimulate debate within various communities of the country. So that's what we're busy with. We also be launching what we call Mangaung International Music Expo in Feb, where we just want to impart and transfer skills to different musicians around the country to really grow artistically and start knowing the business side of it instead of focusing on performances. We will be talking issues of copyright, and then contracts, labels, and many other things that are happening behind the scenes. And the other thing is that we are embarking again on reproducing this phenomenal piece, Paleho, one of my highlights in the industry. I think I got to be known in the industry with that piece. So we are busy trying to open avenues for it so that it gets exposed to other platforms and networks that we were never exposed to previously.
Oh, wow,
Yes.
that's great. And right now, as you are telling us so much about yourself and the things that you do, and they're so great, obviously inspiring as well. Let's just go to a short break and we'll be right back with all other things that you have. And the questions are still there, there are still a lot, and we are going to be questioning you, asking you, and we know that we're going to get a lot from you. Already, right now, we've been hearing a lot, and it's great. So far, so good. We are coming into poetry after this. We're going to hear more about the journey of your poetry. Right now, we are on short break. We are going to short break. We'll be right back.
Clevenard in Diaspora Television is an internet online TV service. What sets us apart is a unique combination of hit African content, first and exclusive international free movies, series, musics, news, events, documentaries, tourism, teleshopping shows, youth TV programs, and live interviews. Clevenard Diaspora Television is available throughout sub-Saharan Africa and to the diaspora markets worldwide. Take your entertainment with you wherever you go. Watch on your smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart TV, depending on your device. Watch free movies with Clevenard Movies Television. Stop searching for free movies websites and watch Clevenard Movies Television. Watch your favorite African shows anywhere at any time. Don't forget to check out our top 5 TV channels created to get you informed. TV1, Clevenard in Diaspora Television. TV2, Clevenard Youth Television. TV3, Clevenard Movies Television. TV4, Clevenard Teleshopping Television. TV5, Clevenard Tourism Television. To start watching, sign up at www.clevenard.com and follow the easy steps. Once you're done, log into the Clevenard website or app on your device, click on any one of our 5 TV channels, and hit play. We will be very satisfied and happy to welcome you to our team as one of our new business partners. Contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back. You are still with me, Bongit Letnes, and I'm with Lebo Leisa, who is a producer, director, you name it. Like, she has a lot on her plate, like I said earlier when we started. And I still want her to explain why so much and all the other things that she does, because she hasn't actually said much so far, as much as we heard her before the break, but we still want to know a lot about her. Lebu, welcome back. We are back from the short break. And first of all, we want to hear about your poetry journey. Take us through to the poetry journey.
So, in the very same organization that I've mentioned, Creative Coalition, we were doing different genres within the performance space, and I was given a task to play a role. It was such a big role in one of the shows that were adapted by Meisha Maponya, where I was singing, acting, and dancing and reciting at the same time. That was a very huge challenge for me. So the script had a lot. It was called Masichaba, the Poetess. It had a whole lot of poetry and monologues in it, and a whole lot of chunk and words. I was challenged there, and I took the challenge. So that's the first production that I ever had to perform on, and I was given an award in the Bua Theatre Festival, the best actress for the year. Now, having realized that the response from the community and the audience, it's just marvelous. I then fell in love with reciting. You must remember then I wasn't writing my own poetry, so I was just reciting poems that already existed. So the love grew from then. I was like, okay, because also I love Sesotho, the language of Sesotho. From school, I read a whole lot of books, Sesotho books, and I fell in love with the language, the authors who existed back then from Lesotho and South Africa and all parts of the world. So I was then challenged to create my own poetry and even recite it. And because I'm given a talent to perform, I was like, okay, I can do this thing. I can write and perform my poetry. That's how it all
started. So you want to tell me that right now, as I'm talking to you, you can recite at least one, maybe from the ones that you wrote, if maybe you may. Like, I don't know, if you are fine and comfortable.
Okay, are you challenging me? Okay. Okay, let me just do this one. It's called It's My Culture. I Have to. It's my culture. I have to. It's my culture. I have to. I hear the voices. I see mothers making fire. When I look ebuhlanti, I see a group of men slaughtering ibokwe. Others were eating umngqusho and drinking umqombothi. Mothers wearing imibhaco. Grandfathers inkonde were busy smoking ingqawe. I was then given a clear ukuba ndibophe. It's my culture. I have to. It's my culture. I have to. I hear the voices. I hear the voices of Mama Belilisela saying, Ukuzala, kuzolula. When I look entabeni, yo, it's fire. I see a group of men singing, Kula kwedini. Please borrow me ipayin dipinge. Young men, kwabani amagwijo ndikhense. Ladies, kwabani ndikikimbe kuba ndiligoduka. Singing, ukompela or ukugoba. I can do that for the whole night. Remember, it's my culture. I have to. It's my culture. I have to. I hear the voices. I hear the voices of my people. I was taught to say Tamaku to my ancestors, but I had forgotten. I was taught to say Botani to my people. Still, I had forgotten. I was lost, but now I am found. Blind was, but now I see. Hence, I am proud to say, I am from a deep, dark, dull place. I now know myself. Remember, it's my culture. I have to. It's my culture. I have to.
Thank you so much. That was great. That was so great. And I'm so, I'm so excited. Sometimes I like to Lizela when I'm at the weddings, but at least today I got to Lizela on the poem that you just recited. Your poem is very great. I believe people also liked it out there who are watching. But then now I want to know, why did you decide to be a producer, director, all the credentials that you are, and even the ones that I didn't mention? May you just tell us why all of that as a woman? Because I know as a woman, it's rare. Lots of women, okay, I know it's starting now, but it's rare to actually hold so much, like so many positions. What happened? Like, how did you actually find yourself in that, corner or in that cage of being so much, massively so?
So thank you for that question, Bongi. So you find yourself in a space of performance where you just embodies this talent. When it's poetry, you are there. When it's acting, you are there. When it's dance, you are there. You are just a young person who loves exploring and learning so much. But then, because there were lack of opportunities where I come from, the lack of product we see that we could really put them on the map and sell them to the world, I then decided, you know what, the space is occupied by men, right? um it's very important that women take a stand. I think it was that desire of being in the forefront. So being a director came with the fact that the experience I have acquired from, I think I've done more than 30 theater productions as a performer. So the experience acquired from there really shaped my directing, and attending various workshops where they really inspired and stimulated that talent in you, really revealed who I am. I then discovered that I have more to offer to the world. It's not just the performance side, and also because one has to live. I mean, you are doing this thing every day of your life. You are researching, you are writing, you are creating content, but you have to eat at the end of the day. Also, your products have to thrive. And for you to make sure that your products are seen by the world, who's going to take those products if you can create those initiatives yourself? You can't rely on people to really create initiatives for you to always perform. You need to network. I needed to network so that I grow out of the space of performing and into the business side of it. So that's how I really decided to be a producer, a director, and a curator of many initiatives I have created in the Free State and across the country.
Wow, you're also a writer for movies, as you wrote Palejo. Do you have other ones that you wrote? Or still coming?
Upcoming, yes, upcoming ones, because I have to be honest with you, my films never end. Hey,
Okay.
I always struggle in finishing of the film, because I would be creating something now. A year later, I discover that I this is not a notch. This is not a
Like catchy.
it's not catchy enough. So I write and leave and go out and research and be inspired. I write. I've written after Paleo. I've written two more films, but I have not spoken about them because I'm still in the development space of it. So yeah, there's more to expect. Yeah, I've been writing.
And then, as a person, do you see yourself out of this industry, like maybe growing up, well, or let me say aging? Let me not say growing because you've grown up already. Aging, like maybe to a certain level. Do you see yourself getting out of this industry, or you just love this industry that much?
Hey, Shbongi. Hey, that's a very difficult question because the industry has its own challenges. However, the universe has a way of redirecting or directing you into a certain space. I've never imagined myself doing anything outside what I'm doing today. I think even when I'm young, I knew that I wanted to be in the industry I'm in. I've never developed um, any other thing except what I'm doing right now. So I don't see myself out of the industry. If I am out, I'd probably be out in the performance space, grooming others and mentoring others, and perhaps I'll be in that platform. But leaving the industry, no ways. I'm a born storyteller.
Okay, like in terms of challenges, do you have any challenges that you've actually came across throughout this journey of the movies and also being a production owner as well?
There are a lot of challenges. If I have to say them all, we won't finish now. However, I think the space where we're in, it's, I don't want to say we're still developing, because you're having people who have been in the mainstream. However, the lack of information to access funds in really making sure that we have enough resources to produce our work has been a challenge. Also, networking, the space we in, it's in Bloemfontein. I hate this thing of saying we are developing. Perhaps maybe let's say we are evolving. Maybe I'd rather use that word. So the space where we are evolving. We are starting to attract more investors into the space. We're starting to create more networks. It's those challenges, and also inspiration. Many of us in the Free State province, for us to prosper and make it in the industry, we have to leave our provinces to go in Joburg or Cape Town.
Mhm.
Also, one of the challenges, it's the academic schools in the Free State. We don't have a film school in the Free State, so one has to consider: do you leave your family? Do you sacrifice? Do you compromise? Do you go to Joburg? Is it, all those kind of things? So I think we need to develop those strategies that will really assist artists in our province, especially filmmakers, to create and produce their own content without going elsewhere outside their provinces.
As you are in the industry right now, do you have any wishes of maybe expanding, going out there, like in maybe abroad or in other countries?
That's my wish, Bongi. I don't imagine myself telling stories that will be seen by only South Africans, or in South Africa, or Africans. I believe that storytelling is broad. Storytelling should expand. Storytelling should be, and language shouldn't be a barrier. You see,
Mhm.
I yearn to go to film festivals around the world. I yearn for my work to be seen in Spain, in wherever we can go. I yearn for collaborations, me having to work with anyone coming wherever in the world and sharing the content. I yearn for more networks. I yearn for so much. We cannot say we are storytellers and we contain ourselves within the space we live in. So yes, I one day want to see myself next to Quentin Tarantino, next to Denzel Washington, next to all the people who have really made it in the industry.
I get you. Just, we just want to go to short break again. When you come back, we'll be closing, but we'll be closing on other notes before we close, obviously. So, but right now, let's just go to short break. My name is Bongi Tletnes. You are still with me, and I'm with Lebo Leisa. She's still talking about her career, but then we are now close to closing. When we come back, she'll be telling us a few things that she's actually planning, and we'll be closing. But right now, we'll be right back.
In the 21st century's technological advancement, we all seek opportunities to move and network with the emerging space. Introducing Clevenard blog and event posting. Do you think you have some interesting materials, good content, articles, and stories? Then feel free to publish them on Clevenard blog and events page, just as team of our writers are doing presently. By blogging on Clevenard's blogs and events, you benefit from our reach and network. There are constant stream of people visiting our social platform, and we have figured out just how to distribute our contents. This means you can basically skip the line and get access to a big audience from day one. Furthermore, we can help you get in touch with important people for projects with possibilities of translating your content into other languages and republishing them on Clevenard. This helps preserve and protect your content from getting lost. What's more, you also get to be part of our team with access to our network and lots of exclusives, behind the scenes information. And of course, you get full credit for everything you do, which brings you popularity and make extra income. Sign up now on clevenard.com and start blogging to your advantage. Please see the tutorial video on how to blog or post events on Clevenard Blogs and Events. For more information, contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com. Clevenard, your blogs, your identity.
Welcome back, welcome back. You're still with me, Bongi Tletnes, on Clevenard TV in Diaspora, and the show is Fearless Talk. And we are talking fearlessly with our Lebo Leisa. Lebo, we are back from the short break, and you're still continuing with us, but mostly we want to know, like, what is the plan? What is the future plans? What are the future plans? What is your future moving forward from here?
Currently, I just want to take it from currently. We are busy. I'm working with another organization called Free State Women in Theatre, and we are curating a program called Nala Film Development and Training Program, where we just inviting prominent and revered facilitators to come and impart their skills with 10 women within the Free State, in directing, acting, producing, cinematography, and editing, So I'm hoping that out of the outcomes of that workshop, really I'd be the one chosen. In fact, one of my scripts should be chosen so that it gets to be edited by an esteemed editor. Then on my own, I can start outsourcing funds to shoot it and distribute it, and so that it gets to other platforms. But currently, I've just completed my first phase with the National Film and Video Foundation of Palewo, where we were just working on developing the product, and we are hoping to get into production now and later distribute the show. So I'm focusing on two projects currently that really in the future have to put me 5 years to come. You shouldn't be asking who is Lebo Leisa. The work itself must really speak for me.
Wow. So when you do all of that with your plans and everything, do you also have auditions?
I do. Um, I do. However, I love working with people who are trained in theater. I really love working with people who are trained in theater because they bring those nuances and aesthetics needed within the storytelling. As much as I accommodate and give exposure to other
The upcoming.
developing and emerging, yes, the upcoming, I love working with theater people because their background is just powerful to can create the aesthetics that I want within a show or a film.
Okay, and then with the words of encouragement, what can you tell the people out there just to encourage them to push? Maybe there are those that are like you who are in love with poetry, who are in love with theater, cast and performance. What can you tell them? What can you say to them just to inspire them not to give up?
I can say what your mind believe in, your body can achieve it. So whatever you want, you can achieve it. That's a philosophy I've been living with. Never in my life have I thought that I cannot be in the space of creating and really composing or producing. I've always seen myself in that, but you don't just believe in it. You work hard for it. You learn, you explore, you meet with people, you read. I think one of the things that really, really, really got me into the space where I'm at, having to read about everything in the world, so that when you create content that is relevant.
Yeah.
Also, associate yourself with relevant people. You can't want to be a film director and then you only watch South African products only and you think you will grow. There are other styles that you need to know. You need to attend festivals, you need to mingle with people, so don't create a
Yourself
wall.
up. Yeah, don't lock yourself.
Yes, go out
Isolate
there,
yourself.
attend
Yeah.
festivals, whether it's poetry festivals or film festivals or theater festivals, mingle with people, talk and hear what other people have to say about a certain movie or a certain theater show or a song. I get inspired a lot by music. So I think remove that wall. It's all about that. Remove that wall and just be.
Okay, any last words? You said the encouragement once, just last words.
Storytelling, it's beautiful. It needs people who takes time to
Any
learn
last
the craft.
words, like Oslebo? Anything that you can think of? Or maybe we've lost her, I think. Have we lost you right there?
I'm still here. Can't you hear me?
I think we've lost you a bit. You froze, Oslebo. You froze a bit. Can you just say any last words before we close and we will be closing?
Okay, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but then you kind of froze, but you can continue, Sissy.
Storytelling requires that people should work hard and learn. That's all I can say. Learn. Go there, read that book, go and watch that film, go to that festival. Learn, read.
Learn more, yeah, learn more and read for you to actually get to what you want. Because you can't actually do anything without knowledge, of course. I believe
Mm.
that's what you're trying to say. Get knowledge, grasp knowledge. That's what Lebo Leisa is saying right now to you. Learn, 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 learn for you to get where you want, especially in this industry of writing, I believe. Writing movies, writing poetry, writing everything. It has to go with the knowledge. It has to go with the intellect. Your understanding must actually also be broad. And we had her here, and she is now saying goodbye. And we are going to say goodbye. We are closing with her on the note of read and learn. And we are Cleveland TV in diaspora. And my name is Pongit Latnes. It was great having her. She's so phenomenal indeed. And she showed us that nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. And definitely we will actually go with that nothing is impossible. You can do anything that you put your mind to, and you'll be very, very best. And you'll be great in whatever that you want. So now it's a goodbye from me, Pongit Latnes. And we'll be back soon. And we'll see you soon. It's a goodbye from me and Lebo Leisa right here. Bye.